Everyone, today I'll be counting down the top 9 parks I've been to. August 2017 edition. And it's a because the only the reason why I'm counting down 9 parks is because I've only been in 9 parks, and I just wanted to say before we start, I'll be at Karenwood tomorrow. The day this comes out, and I will have new content like POVs, footage, possibly some walkthroughs, maybe some updates on the new stuff coming, and whitewater falls removal, and more out. So let's get started. At number 9 is Belmont Park. Now, the first thing I list is the location, and then the next thing I list is the number of coasters the park has, and then the next thing I list is the top 3 coasters, which I think the top 3 coasters is like a necessity to be a good park. You have to have a good top 3. Like, you can have a good top 5, you can have a good top 10, if you're that big, but top 3, I think that's what defines a park, in my opinion. Okay, so let's get straight into this. This park's in Mission Bay, San Diego, California. It only has 1 roller coaster. I'm pretty sure. And then I listed the top 3 as nothing because I'm only listing the top 3s that I've been on to the park. If the park has like 10 roller coasters, I've only been on 2. I'm only gonna include 2 because I'm one of those people that don't judge rides that I haven't been on. Like, if the roller coaster looks bad and turns out really good, then I made a mistake, And if I judge something that looks really good and it's really bad when I ride it, I made a mistake. I don't want to make mistakes in the channel. So yeah, that's why I don't judge rides before I ride them. So basically, I'm gonna say a little story about this park. Basically, I just went in this park to grab a drink because in California we went down to San Diego to enjoy like the culture and stuff, and to go to the beaches. We didn't go really for amusement parks. Like I went past San Diego, and I think I did see a little bit of Manta. That was pretty cool. But yeah, we basically went to that beach you can see on the left. I had a pretty good time, and and I walked on that little like midway right there, right next to the boat ride. I'm at the swing, like I don't know what you're gonna call it, but it's that blue thing, that gondola thing down there, the swinging ride. Kind of like a delirium at Cedar Fair Park, and then there's a roller coaster. Yeah, I walked up right next to there. Basically, all I went into was to grab a drink because it's like a boardwalk park, so it's like free of admission. If you've ever been in one of those parks before, it's pay per ride. All right, so let's move on. Belmont Park is a good park, but I think it deserves number 9. Number 8 is Disneyland / Disney California Adventure. Now, this is a park I visited back in 2015, just as alongside Belmont Park, the same year, same trip. And then it's located in Anaheim, California. And both these parks combined, well, I just count them as one park because they're too close to be counted as different parks. And I believe all the 4 Disney parks down in Florida to be just one park, Disney World. So yeah, they have 5 different coasters. And then I believe their top 3 is number 1, Space Mountain, number 2, Matterhorn bobsleds, number 3, Big Thunder Mountain. Now, I don't know, I just thought this park was kind of a letdown. Like, the theming was excellent. It's probably the best themed park I've ever been to. Best themed, like, park. Like, the actual I don't know if you call them flat rides, I guess you could. But, like, the theme rides, like Indiana Jones, and, like, the Star Wars ride, they were really good because of their theming. That's what made the ride really good. But yeah, the coasters were just average. If they didn't have any of the theming on the roller coasters, I mean, the roller coasters would be pretty trash. But these roller coasters are probably the most themed roller coasters I've ever been on. They're really good themed rides. That and Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. I don't know which one has better theming, but like, yeah, Space Mountain, it's a really good ride. It's kind of disorientating. Like, I just got put in like my own world. Like, it was a really cool feeling. And then the second of the park's Matterhorn bobsleds. I think this is the oldest coaster in the park. It was like one of the first ever roller coasters, like of the modern generation. I'm pretty sure. I think it might have been the first ever steel coaster, but like, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that. So yeah, it was pretty rough, but I think I remember the last drop into like some type of water or something. I don't know. That's what made that ride better than Big Thunder Mountain. Now, Big Thunder Mountain, I thought it would have some type of drop or something, but the ride really didn't have a big drop or nothing. All it was just kind of a mine train, and I was still kind of GP back then, so I didn't really know what a mine train was. But I was kind of expecting big drops, possibly even an inversion on it. But like, I was kind of disappointed with that ride, but it's still a good ride. So let's move on. This is one of the Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Now, I visited this park back in 2014 with a school trip, if you might already know that, and I had a very good time at this park, but like I was kind of scared of roller coasters back then, so I only rode 2 of them, with being Verboten and Alpengeist. I think Verboten is quite a bit better than Alpengeist. So yeah, and then so this park's located in Williamsburg, Virginia, and it has 8 roller coasters. When I went there, it only had like 6, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this park actually gets a lot of roller coasters. If you haven't noticed, they get one like every 2 or 3 years, and that's really good. This park's getting a lot of roller coasters lately. They got Verboten in like 2012, Tempesta 2015, and then in 2017 they got Invader. So yeah, this park's really gets a lot of roller coasters. I don't think a lot of people like realize it, because they're more of a theme park, but I think they're gonna get up there someday if they keep on going the same road they're going down right now. Okay, so let's move on. Now, number 6 is Knott's Berry Farm. This is a park I visited with the same trip alongside Disneyland, Disney California Adventure, and Belmont Park. This is overall a very good amusement park. It has some theme park elements, but overall it's just an amusement park. Now, I just want to know before I get into all the stats and stuff about this park, it probably has the best Planet Snoopy. I think it's called Camp Snoopy actually, but it has the best kiddie area I've ever been in. It's very well themed, and it just smells good. Like all the other Planet Snoopies I've been in and the kids areas, they all smell like trash, but this one actually smelled good. Like it smelled like pretzels and like burgers and fries, and it just had a good aroma. I don't know why all the other ones smell like trash or garbage. I don't know why, especially the one at Kings Island. Plus I had like a spinning ride, like a spinning roller coaster. That was really fun. I liked that. It was probably my favorite kiddie coaster of all time. Okay, so let's just get into this park. This is located in Buena Park, California. It has 9 roller coasters. They're getting their 10th roller coaster next year. And then I did ride the Boomerang before it closed. That was kind of convenient. I did ride it, so it is a defunct credit I have. Okay, okay, let's get into the top 3. Top 3 is the number 1 here is Ghost Rider, an extremely underrated wooden roller coaster, partially made by CCA, partially made by GCI, because it got a renovation. And so yeah, it's very underrated too. Possibly the most underrated roller coaster in the whole world. And then we got Silver Bullet, which is a B&M invert, really good. If you want to hear more about that, go check out my top 6 or 7 B&M inverts. And then you got Montezuma's Revenge, which is a very good launch coaster, Schwarzkopf launch coaster. They used to have one of these at Carowinds, but I wasn't even born when it was like taken out, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so let's move on. Let's move on to number 5. Now this park is Six Flags Over Georgia in Austell, Georgia. They have 10 roller coasters. I don't know if this is counting Georgia Cyclone or when the Georgia Cyclone closed, but besides that, they are getting probably a new roller coaster next year. Hopefully, RMC Georgia Cyclone. Hopefully, not a free fly. I think they could do a flat ride package. I wouldn't be disappointed, but I would definitely be the happiest if they got an RMC, because I've not been on an RMC yet, and it would probably be the closest one to me, other than Dollywood and Kings Dominion one. And then and then the top 3 I believe is Gasm, which is short for Great American Scream Machine. That's my favorite water roller coaster. If you know how to ride it, you basically sit in the back row. You like push up on the like make sure not to get stapled on the buzz bar, and take off your seatbelt. Like you will legit stand up on that ride. It's so good. It's not that rough either. And let's go to Goliath. Now this ride is very smooth. It's probably one of the smoothest rides I've ridden. It does have a little bit of a rattle though. Like it's hard to explain. It gets very smooth, but the train like rattles. It's kind of like an Intamin, like a Millennium Force a little bit. So yeah, this ride is really good. Goliath it has like a helixes and a lot of airtime hills, and it goes over some water. I always like going over water, and so it's like one of the only roller coasters I've been to actually go out of the park and come back in, which that's really cool. So yeah, I think it's a good number 2 at the park. Now let's look at number 3. Now number 3 I think is Georgia Cyclone. I know number 3 the park's getting RMC. That's kind of a little bit stressed, but I actually really like Georgia Cyclone. I know a lot of people don't like this ride, but I really thought it gave really good ejector and floater airtime, almost as good as Gasm, but not quite as good because it probably doesn't have buzz bars. It has like this traditional PTC trains. So yeah, it's a really good ride. Hopefully they don't disappoint and give us the RMC we all want at 6 Flags Over Georgia. Okay, so let's move on. Number 4 is Kings Island. Now, I know I hate a lot about this park. Like I hate on it a lot. I don't hate it, but I hate on it a lot. But this is actually a really good amusement park. It has a lot of flaws, but a lot of draws too to it. And it has a lot of depth in its lineup. I gotta give it that. And it's located in Mason, Ohio. And it has 15 roller coasters, which is almost as much as Cedar Point. I'll get to that later though. So yeah, this park has their top 3 is Diamondback, Mystic Timbers, and Bench. Mystic Timbers being the new for 2017 GCI wooden coaster, which is probably gonna be winning the best new ride, but I'm not sure. But yeah, this is a good park. You know, I might make a review on it. I don't know if I decided I'm gonna do reviews of the parks yet, but you know, if you really want to kind of hear some like my views of it, go check out the top 10 roller coasters at Kings Island. But yeah, I think it does have good attractions. So yeah, let's move on. Now let's go on to Kings Dominion, which I think is a fair bit better than its other counterpart, Kings Island. Now it's located in Doswell, Virginia. Has 13 roller coasters. It's gonna have its 14th next year with Twisted Timbers. And its top 3 I think is Intimidator 305, Volcano, and not Rebel Yell, but Rebel Yell. That was a typo. Sorry about that. So yeah, I think this is a really good park with a really good top 3 lineup. You know, Rebel Yell, I think it's the best racing roller coaster. I don't know. I know it's better than Racer. I know it's better than Gemini. But I really can't remember Thunder Road because it's been since like 2014 since I rode Thunder Road. Yeah, I really don't remember it that much. But yeah, I think Rebel Yell's probably one, if not the best, racing roller coasters in the world. It gives very good ejector airtime on those hills. Because of its roughness, it just bangs you around, especially in the back row. But it's not barely rough, but I think the roughness helps because it gives you more ejector airtime. So yeah, enough about Rebel Yell. Let's talk about Kings Dominion and all. You know, this is a very good park. You know, it has similarities like a lot of trees and good food like Kings Island, but I don't think it focuses that much on trees. Like I like to feel like I'm in an amusement park. Like I like the concrete urbanist feeling of amusement parks. Like I don't really want to be in the woods riding roller coasters. I want to be at an amusement park riding roller coasters. That's why the top 2 are the top 2. Not just, and then this park also has a really good roller coaster lineup. Like Kings Island, it just has depth. It doesn't really have that standout roller coaster. Once they get that Giga, and possibly it could be the number 3, maybe even number 2 on this list. But for right now in 2017 August edition, Kings Dominion is the number 3 park I've been to. It has a really good number 1, pretty good number 2, and a pretty good number 3. Alright, so let's move on. Now number 2 is Carowinds. Now, like I was saying before, this feels like an urban park, which I like, and it has a really good coaster collection, especially like a top 4. A really good top 4. If they would have kept on the road, they had a really good top 5, and they could have been a contender for the number 1 park, but I'll get to that later. So yeah, this park's in Charlotte, North Carolina. It has 13 roller coasters, hopefully the 14th coming in 2019, but that's probably not going to happen because they're probably in the Vortex renovation. But yeah, so yeah, this top 3 is Fury 325 is, I believe, it is the number 1 roller coaster I've ridden. I believe it's probably the number 1 in the world, but I can't say. And the second is Intimidator, also a really good roller coaster, one of the best in the world. And then the number 3 is Afterburn. I could see Nighthawk being number 3 too, because it's intense loop. But if Nighthawk didn't have that loop, I would really give it to Afterburn. But I could maybe put Nighthawk at number 3, but I'm just gonna keep Afterburn at number 3 because Afterburn's a really good intense ride. Now this park doesn't really have that depth as Kings Island and Kings Dominion has. Like after that top 4, maybe 5 coasters, it really drops off to like family and kiddie coasters. Like there's not really other standout roller coasters. Now if they get that Vortex renovation and then maybe a new launch coaster, this park really could be the #1 park that everybody wants to get there, #1 park in the world. But right now, in August 2017, it is the #2 park I've been to. Now, the #1 is the one and only Cedar Point. This is probably everybody's favorite park. Mostly everybody's favorite park that they've been to. It's located in Sandusky, Ohio. They have 16 roller coasters. It's going to be 17, 2018, with the addition of Steel Vengeance. And the top 3 at this park, I believe, is Maverick #1. It's an amazing roller coaster. It did surpass my expectations. And then number 2 is Millennium Force, which it kind of like, I thought it was going to be better than I-305, possibly Fury, but it was not. The drop was okay. And everything else part of the ride was just good. Alright, so let's move on to Top Thrill Drag. So this ride was really good, really thrilling, but it was way too short to be a really top tier roller coaster. Like, it's probably my top 10. I'm gonna release a top 10 list, maybe top 20 list soon, pretty soon, possibly maybe in the next video. So yeah, Cedar Point's a really good park. You know, it has an urbanist feeling of Cedar Point. I mean, of Carowinds, but it also has that Frontier Trail Park, which really feels like Kings Island. Which I did not like the Frontier Trail Park at all. They don't really have that much attractions, and it kind of smells like trash all the time there. But yeah, so Cedar Point is the best roller coaster park I've ever been to, and probably will stay that way. You know, there could be some parks that could surprise me out there someday, but I really think Cedar Point's a very good park. If you have not been there, you should really think about booking a ticket to Cleveland or Cincinnati or Columbus and get out there to Cedar Point. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to I made that mistake on the bottom. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to all you guys next time.